Hey there, friend. I'm thrilled that you've decided to join me each week here on the podcast as I read through the Inventory Genius book. Now, if you're anything like me, you're going to put these principles into practice so much more quickly if you highlight, underline, and put dates beside each actionable step. So if you haven't grabbed your paper copy of the Inventory Genius book yet, I want to encourage you to head on over to ciarastockeland.com and grab your copy. I'm so excited to sign it and drop it in the mail for you. I want you to have that paper copy in front of you as you listen each week to each chapter I read. This way, as things stand out to you, as you have questions, as you have thoughts, and as you decide to take action, you can highlight, underline, and follow along in the paper copy as you listen to me read each chapter. So head on over to ciarastockeland.com, grab your copy, I'll sign it, and I'll drop it in the mail. Now back to the podcast. Hey friend, welcome to the Inventory Genius podcast, where we work together here to make you an inventory genius. We talk about profit, we talk about cash flow, and we definitely talk about your paycheck. Because at the end of the day, it's all related to your inventory. Let's go. According to the Oxford Languages, genius is defined as a person who is exceptionally intelligent or creative, either generally or in some particular respect. You weren't born an inventory genius. You do not open your business with an exceptionally intelligent perspective or deep skill set. You become exceptionally intelligent when you make the conscious decision to focus on the right things and to learn what it truly takes to be in control of your inventory, profits, and business. After the boxes of tissues and bottles of Tums, the numerous gray hairs, I decided that next time I would build a business the right way. I would focus on the right things. I would become a genius in my field. More often than not, it takes tragedy to shock us out of our lethargy. We become comfortable with our pain, too afraid to change, though we long for something different, until we're forced to take drastic measures to survive one more day. That was where I eventually landed in the fall of 2017. No more money, no more time, no more strength. I couldn't try one more thing or last one more day. Here's the craziest thing of all. As I locked the doors for one last time to the store I had dreamed about and labored over for years, as I got into my car and I began the 1-hour commute home, I felt freer than I had in over a decade. Why had I waited so long? Why hadn't I done this sooner? Truth be told, I wasn't ready any sooner than that moment. I needed the bitter taste of defeat to realize what I truly wanted. I had to lose it all to realize that if I wanted to build it again from scratch, I had to focus on the right things. By the spring of 2018, I was already launching a new business. It was another product-based business, but I knew my numbers this time. I knew what to focus on. I had the genius of experience and hard knocks in my back pocket. And as I began to build that new concept to a company worth selling, I knew I wanted to share what I'd learned with product-based business owners everywhere. Owners who have the heart and desire to focus on the right things as soon as someone can just show them what those things are. Owners who are ready to lead in their communities, businesses, and homes. Owners like you. As I prepared that business for sale, I began working with other product-based business owners. To my surprise, many of their questions were the same ones I had faced my first time around. How much do I buy? How do I read my financials? How do I get out of debt? In John Maxwell's book, Sometimes You Win and Sometimes You Learn, he asserts that every experience in life can be taken as a lesson instead of a loss. I'd had a lot of lessons, and instead of counting them as losses, I turned them into wins. Most importantly, I could use my experience to help others and get out in front of conversations that entrepreneurs avoided at all costs. How do we manage our money? And how do we start to understand numbers so that our business works for us and not the other way around? So I built my consulting business. I took my years of experience, the wins, the losses, and I created the Inventory Genius method. I began this book with Jackie's story, and I want to end with Jackie's story. Jackie and I worked together for about a year, and in that year, she paid off her debt and found not only financial freedom, but also the freedom to dream big. Sometimes dreaming big means using your inventory and newfound margin to scale your business. And sometimes it means paying off your debt so you can close up shop and pursue a new venture with the skills you've been given. Jackie is working on what dreaming big looks like to her in her life's next chapter. But here's the exciting part. She isn't stuck anymore. She isn't chained to her debt and to the cash-eating monster we call inventory. She tells her cash where to go, and she makes her business work for her. This is the freedom I want for you. I don't want you to become an inventory genius just so you can add it to your list of accolades. When you sat at the kitchen table with your family or in a local coffee shop with your friends and shared the dream of your product-based business, you felt on top of the world. I want you to start reclaiming that feeling today by focusing on the right things, not the shiny objects and the emotional highs, but on the things that will truly give you profit and peace of mind. I look forward to hearing about your inventory genius journey. It starts today. You've got this.
Hey friend, thank you so much for tuning in today to the Inventory Genius podcast. If there's something that you heard today on the podcast episode and you want to dig deeper into becoming an inventory genius yourself, I want to invite you to head on over to my website, ciarastockeland.com, where I have multiple ways that you and I can work together on your inventory. I want to help you with your profit, your cash flow, and your paycheck, because at the end of the day, it's all related to your inventory. So head on over to the website, connect with me. I'll work with you soon. See you then. Hey there, friend. So I've already invited you to grab your copy of the Inventory Genius book. But if you're ready to go a step further and dive in, if you want a quick start to becoming an inventory genius, then I want to also invite you to grab your seat and the Quick Start to Inventory Genius course. This really easy to digest course is going to include all the tools, spreadsheets, and systems you need to implement the Inventory Genius method immediately in your business. We'll talk about creating an open to buy plan. We'll talk about creating a profit plan. We'll talk about creating a business budget. And then we cap it all off with a private one-on-one call, you and me. Yep, that's right. The Quick Start to Inventory Genius course includes a one-on-one coaching call with me. So you can go through the book, you can go through the Quick Start to Inventory Genius course, you can write down your questions, and then you and I can get on the phone and problem solve together. Head on over to ciarastockeland.com, grab your seat at the Quick Start to Inventory Genius course. See you there.